Hey friends, welcome to In Divine Timing. I'm Z, and this is where we get real about alignment, healing, and uniting with your soul self. So if you're ready to level up, then you are in the right place. Let's dive in. Hi, oh my gosh, it has been a little while. Your girl was sick. Today's episode, we are exploring the power of your insecurities. And I know that's a funky sentence to hear because we all have insecurities, and it's not necessarily something that feels good or feels powerful, but let me tell you, your insecurities are a portal to your success. Your insecurities are pieces of you that are just asking for a little bit more attention and a little bit more love to guide you to your wholeness. You know, sometimes we have insecurities and they are so loud, they're literally debilitating. These can show up as the voices of your family, the voices of society, videos from social media triggering past experiences, replaying in your head, and it is really easy to run away from these things. It's easy to run away into dissociation, mindlessly scrolling. It's easy to run away in drinking or doing other recreational things. It's easy to run away and, just be around people who validate your feelings, but there's never any talk of any solution or how to come out of it. So then everybody's just hanging out, being miserable together because misery loves company. It's really easy to do those things because, that's what the Matrix wants. The Matrix wants us to stay distracted, and the way to break out of the Matrix is to dive straight into those insecurities and to give them a bunch of hugs and kisses. That's how I deal with it, at least. Man, but really though, a little bit of healthy distraction is good because you don't want to live in your shit, but your shit is still your shit at the end of the day. Your insecurities belong to you, and you've chosen them to be yours. Once upon a time, they used to belong to somebody else, and one day you decided to agree that, yes, this belongs to me. Because when we all come into this world, we come into this world all love and light, right? And then it's the experiences that we have with the people, places, and things around us, and we choose to identify. And, Don Miguel Ruiz, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but, the man who wrote the Four Agreements, he talks about this in his book, The Four Agreements. Just as you chose your insecurities to belong to you, you can choose to release them, to release that contract, to burn that contract, to complete that contract, because the insecurity was nothing but a lesson to teach you how to love yourself deeper. And the thing that is left after releasing that insecurity is a wound that deserves to be tended to, an infection that gets to be cleared. But life doesn't make it that easy to just be like, okay, I've released these things and now I'm going to tend to my wounds and everything's going to be all better. It's not that easy. So how do you develop confidence when you've been debilitated by your insecurities? The answer is to get your reps in, friend. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, when I first started dancing, I was so insecure that I actually started drinking to fit in, because I would go to the club and, I just nerves, right? Got to go get naked and dance with strangers. And I'd see the girls that were already, vets of the club, and they would all share their bottles and drink together. And I was like, oh, that's how I want to be a part of. I hope that they like me. So maybe I just should start to bring a bottle in. So I'd start to bring a bottle in, and sometimes the main girls who would have the bottles weren't there. And so then the girls who would see me drink would be like, oh, hey, can I get a shot? And I'm like, yeah. And then, work your way in, right? But that's not the way to do it. After many years of God blessing me with life, I began to realize that the girls did not take to me because I was drinking with them and bringing a bottle to share. They liked me because
drunk or not, I was full of helpful facts and tips and resources to help them connect with themselves deeper. They liked me for me. And, I've always been pretty passionate about journaling, meditation, spirituality, and honestly, in the more recent years, neuroscience, EFT, and other subconscious reprogramming tools and information. But journaling and EFT completely changed my life. Journaling alone, reflecting with myself, connecting with myself, asking myself, how is it that I'm feeling and why? What is it that I want to accomplish today? What am I grateful for? What is my intention? That alone manifested a ridiculous amount of shit for me. 2 dogs, a house on 5 acres, a new truck, great love, all the things that a person could wish for. Wholeness within myself, first and foremost. And EFT too. EFT completely changed my life because once I got enough of journaling, I was like, okay, there's some stuff that journaling isn't fixing. I'm realizing that there are things here, but how do I make it change? It's not changing. Well, it wasn't changing because my body didn't believe what I was working towards because I was running an old program. EFT, for those who don't know, it is a self-help practice where you're tapping on energy meridians to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and restore system. And as you're tapping on these meridians, you are building a bridge from your limiting beliefs to where it is that you want to be, giving yourself permission and identifying what it is that you actually want through this 10-minute practice. As you're doing this, you're rewiring your subconscious mind and reprogramming your nervous system to feel safe in receiving and embodying what it is that you want and who it is that you want to be. So when I started doing that, completely changed my life. Shameless plug, I just wrote a book to teach you how to do it. It's an ebook. You can find the link in the description, whatever. But back to the story. The insecurities didn't just happen at the club. They still come up from time to time now. But, when I first started my coaching journey, I was so afraid of what people would think of me. And like I said, honestly, sometimes these feelings still surface and resurface. I'm still growing, but I know that, God put me here and gave me these gifts and these tools and these resources and this power to be able to support other people who, need my help. And it's about that. It's not about what I think or what people might think of me. It's about the work and how the work is effective and how it's helpful and impactful. You get to a certain point in your journey where you are so connected with yourself and you are so passionate about what you're doing, what you're creating, what your mission is, that you really just learn how to own your shit because you just get obsessed with it. There are times where I'm exhausted, but I'm like, ooh, I just got an idea for a new program. I got to work on it. And it just gives me all of this joy and excitement. And, I follow that and I share that with the world. And if somebody finds me annoying, then they find me annoying. But at the end of the day, I'm happy. So that's what matters. So owning your own shit is the simple solution. Growing up, I was a really awkward girl, and I still am. And the thing that changed from when I was young and insecure to now being confident, still the same awkward girl, is that I decided to own being awkward. I actually remember the day that I was I was 12 years old in my room rehearsing in the mirror how I was going to talk to people the next day. And I was just looking at myself. I was like, I'm so awkward. I was like, yeah, I'm awkward and I own it. If I'm awkward and I'm okay with being awkward, then nobody can make me feel bad about being awkward because I know I'm awkward and it belongs to me. And I just was talking to myself in the mirror for about 10 minutes like that. And it just turned on. And that's just how I am now. I'm happy to be strange. So honestly, I just made it work for me. I own being brilliant. I own being loving. I own being sexy. I own being powerful. I own it when I'm insecure. I call it out. There's no need to hide it. and I support myself and I ask for help where I need help, and I'm confident in what I know and what I don't know. And there are people who run, and those people, they're not meant for me. They're not ready for me. They're not aligned with me. And so I thank them for running, because I'm just going to stand here in my truth, because the people who want me, who like me, who are attracted to me are going to find me. They're ready for me and they're ready for change. So how is it that you actually develop confidence when you are feeling debilitated by your insecurities? Like I said earlier, your insecurities are portals for love. When you have insecurities that surface, that is just a piece of you asking for more love and for more support. So you get to ask yourself these 3 questions. Where am I feeling this insecurity in my body, and what does it feel like? Is it in my chest? Is it in my throat? Is it in my third eye? Is it in my root? AKA, am I feeling closed off in my heart? Do I not trust? Am I feeling closed down, tight, constricted in my throat? Am I afraid to speak my truth and share my opinion? Is it in my mind? Is it in my third eye? Is it that I'm overthinking? I don't feel comfortable with what's going on in my head and I just need to find some clarity? Is it in my root? Is it that I don't feel safe? You know? Is it that in my sacral chakra, do I not understand how I'm feeling? Do I need a little bit more love and, time and care there? Is it in my solar plexus? Do I not feel confident? Is my ego too big? Is my ego not big enough? Do I feel comfortable shining my light, standing in my power? And note on the ego gets a bad rap. We have 4 different parts of the ego. We have the positive ego, that is, how you show up in the world, that supports you popping your shit, right? The positive ego. We have the positive negative ego, and that's arrogance. We have the negative ego, and that's self-pity, not ever looking for a solution or nothing. And then we have the positive negative ego. The positive negative ego sounds a little funny, but the positive negative ego is the part of the ego that checks you. It's like, okay, my ego's a little hurt, but this is where it can grow. So, question number 2. What is this insecurity trying to tell me? What message is it bringing? So if you are insecure and, just feel like, well, what are people going to think about me? That is a portal to loving yourself deeper. What do you think about you? Because if you know what you think about you, it does not matter what anybody else is going to think about you. So that insecurity is asking you to spend some more time with yourself, getting to know yourself in whatever area this insecurity is popping up as. Question number 3, what can I do to give it what it needs to feel more supported? This is an action step. And when you take this action step, you will notice that there will be relief. There will be an aha. There will be joy that sprouts, There will be different feelings that are going to come up to teach you more things about you. So you get to ask yourself these 3 questions and keep working on it. You have to get your reps in. Confidence is built by repetition. So you can be confidently sad and a professional sad girl or boy, or you can be confidently awkward or confidently learning whatever the fuck it is, but like, you got to get your reps in. I don't know if that makes, I need my coffee today, guys. Okay. Did that make sense? If it didn't, I'm going to go in on it again. What you practice is what you become. So the more that you practice self-reflection and practice getting to know yourself and practice learning and understanding you and how you're feeling, why you're feeling, where it's coming from. You can stand on business with your shit, you know? You can own your shit because you know your shit. You can change where you want to change because you know where the change is asking to happen. So keep working on it. Ask yourself these questions, reflect, learn about yourself, and as you connect with yourself, you learn to love yourself, you learn to nourish yourself into wholeness. And this is a journey. All things happen in divine time, exactly as they're meant to, when they are meant to, friend. So that's what I have for you guys today. If you listened to this episode and you are feeling inspired, but you don't know where to start, the Frequency Shift Manual is going to be your best friend. This ebook helps you rewire your mind, reset your energy, and embody the version of you who naturally attracts what you are meant for. Okay, this is the book that I talked about earlier. Go and get you a copy. Link is in the bio. If you're a woman who is fed up with surviving and feeling disconnected, and you are ready to feel confident, peaceful, and powerful, join the Sacred Embodiment Room. This is my growing community of multidimensional women doing the sacred inner work to live out loud. We hold each other accountable. We inspire each other to take up space in a world that wants to keep us in a box. My 3-phase framework is in there to teach you how to release your limiting beliefs, understand your shadow, make friends with your shadow, develop some awareness and accountability so you know how to create the life that you want, and then learn how to embody that day to day. And we meet 4 times a month, yapping and chatting and reflecting, reviewing, setting goals, all that type shit. If it sounds interesting to you, you know where to go, you know what to do. Trust your path, trust your timing, and I'll see you in the next episode. I love you guys. Mwah.